to?
Right here. Read
There we
that
go.
post.
What it is? Can you read it? Because it's very small.
It says, when he brings you snacks up to your job with hot pink roses just because he loves you, I'm so in love with you. And she tags his name.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, she can't eat. She also said last year she broke her leg because she fell in a hole or something. I'm sorry, but she's younger than I am, and she's got a falling situation because she seems to fall a hell of a lot of time. I don't understand it, but she always hurts herself. She said she was, she broke her leg and she was on a couch for X amount of months. She said she gained 80 pounds. You can't gain 80 pounds drinking protein shakes. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Okay.
This person here says she was fired from her job. I've been friends with her for years. She gets unemployment.
Oh, wonderful. Another one. So let's get to this. Let's get to this eye thing. Okay. Dora and I have both been saying that it just doesn't look, it doesn't look real. If somebody used a tire iron, I don't care if it's tire iron, crowbar, baseball bat. If she got whacked in the eye, there'd be a hell of a lot more damage. I'm sorry, but it was my gut feeling before I even heard that she was lying about it. So let me play you these two audio clips, okay? This is her telling a group what actually happened to her eye. So let me play this. This is the first one.
Listen up, folks.
No. Everything's not okay. I fell yesterday. I was walking. I need a night beer. That's what I thought. Joanne. Okay, so Joanne and Jan are getting a night beer for Christmas.
So she's
I was walking in here yesterday with this blow up stitch.
Okay, so that was the first thing, and now she explains it a little more. Here we go. So she said she walked in and she fell. Now
Outside
listen.
of my office, and my foot, I went underneath the clothing rack, so I fell straight on my face, and I broke the optic nerve back here, so I can't see out of my eye, and then I sprained my arm, so that was a good fun time.
So that's what she said. That's the truth about her eye. She fell on her own. She whacked the side of her head. She says that she injured her optic nerve. She's full of shit. She's absolutely full of shit. Her explanation of that, okay? Listen how convoluted this is. She said that the reason why she lied to those people was because she was trying to cover for somebody. She didn't want information to come out. Okay, so this is what she's telling a small group of people that she knows. But yet she goes on a live where she doesn't know any of these people and she's claiming she told the truth there. I mean, that makes no sense. It makes no sense. In my opinion, and we've seen a lot of these people before, she is just doing this to collect money. As Dora says, she'll sit there and she'll be telling her story for the 5,000th time, and she'll interrupt it with, hey guys, listen, I have a new goal up there. I need to get 10 blah, blah, blahs if you want to still hear my story. And then people will just, start sending her stuff. And it's ridiculous. You look at the amount of money she's made in the past 5 or 6 days, when she's really been pushing these lies. It's I want to say upwards of $700. She says the same things over and over again, but she does change, her stories sometimes, like how many people actually were involved in that situation. I'm not saying that everything that she said is a lie. I mean, the whole thing with the trafficking, um, I, I, I don't discount that one, okay, at all. But the things that to me that are really super big red flags is number one, she's told everybody that this person got out of prison back end of July, beginning of August, and then he just came a couple weeks ago and he beat her up. I mean, why would he wait that long? I mean, if I'm in prison and I'm sitting there for 15 years or whatever it was, and I am thinking about how this woman did me dirty, I wouldn't wait for 3 months once I got out. Number two, she said that the person's been following her around. And when she went to the store, he was yelling stuff at her. Guess what? If she's got a protection order, she could call the cops and have him rearrested because he's engaging with her in some way, which she's not supposed to do. The guy's not supposed to do it, but he did. But she didn't do anything about it. She didn't get him rearrested. The whole thing, it's a crock of shit. It's an absolute crock of shit. She has some stupid, answer to every single question. As long, if you start really coming on to her in a live, asking her specific questions, she'll block you. One of the things that she's been saying to both Dora and I, and she's been saying it to me a lot, I've been supporting your platform for 2 years, and I've come into your lives and I've gifted you, and now I don't understand why I'm receiving this kind of behavior. Now, as you guys know, and as I've said multiple times to her, I haven't even been on TikTok as as Scammy Claus for a year. I didn't start until like February of this year. So she's full of crap about that. Okay. And I cleared that up today. She said, because she flat out said when I was in her live that she's been following me for 2 years. So I said, well, that's wrong. So then, of course, she goes, oh, my bad. I apologize for that. Well, no, you lied. I mean, you flat out lied. So don't apologize. Say you lied. Number two, I talked to my mods. Dora's talked to her mods. Never, ever has she come into any of our lives. So
Ever.
that's just another. I mean, why even lie about shit like that? But she will just lie and lie about everything. It's just never ending with her. She's no good. And any of you guys that are in here that have been in her lives and you actually supported her, you need to really listen to this stuff that we're talking about tonight. Okay? Because every time you send her money, chances are it's not going to good things. Okay? She's behind on shipping stuff out that people have ordered from her. Gee, that doesn't sound like every single beggar on this app. I know somebody sent her $200 a couple weeks ago. That person still hasn't gotten her stuff. And she came up with some excuse that, oh, well, the package came back to me because I had the wrong address. But let it be known that this person that sent her the 200 for stuff has ordered from her before and has never had a problem getting it. But now all of a sudden, she can't send her shit out. So very,
Correct.
very, very, very sus. Very sus.
Correct. And she, mind you, I haven't even told you this, Scammy. I did some digging before I came live, right? And I found a story that is very similar to hers that made headlines. And there's a movie about it. There's also a book about it.
Do tell.
This story, and you guys can make your own opinion. It's called My Brother's Keeper. And
I've heard of that.
My Brother's Keeper story is about a owner of a ranch in Arizona after her husband was brutally unalived and her father passed away. The daunting task of operating one of the largest ranches in southwest United States falls. Left alone To lead her to the ranch, she meets every challenge with grit and determination when she is forced to confront her traffickers using her property. It becomes more than she can handle. Xavier Thomas is an independent stock trader that understands the market as good as others. The money he makes trading stock isn't enough to cover the cost to care for his teenage Down syndrome son. In order to make her ends meet, he chooses to collect debts from mobs that will choice him with sending him to life-altering collisions. It's called My Brother's
Interesting.
Keeper. You guys can look it up. It's based on a very true story. And there's also a movie about it as well. And I see that one of the operations took place in Florida, exactly where she is.
Interesting.
And I do want to say that last night, Scammy, it was in Scammy Claus's live. She comes in there hot because she is being called to the forefront to answer questions because the coincidence of the eye changes from her day-to-day basis. The coloration of the eye changes. Something is always occurring. First of all, if you are a trafficked victim, or you have ever experienced trafficking, first of all, they put you in a witness program. Why do you think that they have these people in programs right now that is experiencing P. Diddy? Also, I caught something today that was very similar to the P. Diddy case. She states in her live today that 17 men for 8 hours raped her and filmed it and put it on the dark web.
Hey, Dora, why don't you bring calling them out up?
Yep. Doing that right now. Sorry about that. I didn't see it.
No. We have calling them out, who's coming up in a box right now, guys, has been following Gigi for a long time, has a lot of videos about her, and has a lot of information that, we weren't aware of because, we haven't been following her as long. So I know you were going to go through your notes today, right, Colin?
Yeah, I went through some stuff. I don't really have a lot that I can really truly use as like a legit receipt.
Right.
But I can go back a little bit on the history. So when she was around 19 years old, she had a gastric bypass that got infected. That is what she claims about the PPU. I actually know the doctor's name and everything.
So her story about getting pew-pewed in the stomach with that scar has nothing to do with a pew-pew, but she had surgery on it.
I really don't know. I don't think she was actually PPU'd.
No, I don't think so either.
Usually, I'm retired military, so I highly doubt PPU shot. I've never seen one resemble anything close to that.
And I mean, what are the odds that at 19 she had surgery and the doctor's name and she happened to get pew-pew exactly in that same scar?
Yes, and so she did have complications of infection. 19 years ago, surgery and medication was different, not advanced. So they, had to put her on some medications, which apparently led to going down that road. She
became addicted to the medicine they gave.
Correct. Yeah. As a kid, she was picked on for being overweight. I know she's made claims about her family owning a bunch of restaurants. They actually only own 3. Let's see. She was a daddy's girl. She lies about not going on vacations. She actually did go on all of her vacations. Let's see. She does have 2 sisters. She said I know a while back she was saying she was the only child, but she actually does have two sisters.
Yeah.
And this
Um,
person here in the box, guys, has spoken with a sister or sibling.
I've spoken to a family member. I'll say that.
Okay. What did
Uh,
this what did this family member have to say about her and her relationship and dynamics with other family members?
so most of her family's not really spoke to her since about 2007, minus like a little bit here and there after the hurricane to check on her.
Hmm. And what is there any reason why 2007 was a date that kind of changed things with her
Uh,
family?
I'm not really sure. I haven't really went into detail too much about it. Like I tried to remain anonymous in the chat, but I can find out some more information. But as far as the year or anything, I don't know if that may have been maybe the down spiral, and they just kind of went their separate ways. Like her family does care about her and does want her to get help, but they're afraid to come forward.
Okay. And do you know why that is? Is it just they don't want the attention, or do they think that since she's says she's in danger, they might be in danger?
Give me 1 second, and I got a message from the family member. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I think it's much larger than that. I think it is because of who Gigi knows, if you catch the drift.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, they basically just want her to not want her to get better and everything like that. Like, that's like I wasn't able to scroll all the way back out. I just caught the pop up, but just not to add any more danger to her or anyone else in the family.
Right. Right. I get it.
Because I mean, even like an intervention and stuff like that can cause a lot of conflict between the family as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, I understand that. Somebody just asked, did the trafficking really happen?
I cannot confirm or deny that. I've as much as digging, and I've found out that the family members they're not even aware of it.
Wow.
And
Wow.
there's nobody knows you better than your own family. I can tell you that. My family knows me through and through. They know if I ain't home, they know where to look for me.
They,
Now,
they said they would have known, and like her mother's never said her mother's never said anything to them.
now, when the timeline of her. Now, let's get something clear here. She's 45 years old.
Correct.
Okay. Some people were saying she was 61. Somebody said that she said that because she was doing TikTok ads for face cream, saying that she was 61, but look how young she looks. I don't know that. Somebody said that. I haven't looked to see if
I've not seen that exact video. I mean, I've watched probably every video like 10 times, but I may have watched it, forgot about it. It just wasn't something that may have caught my eye. But yeah, she's definitely 45. And like the other day, she said it's my birthday. Actually, her birthday I think was like 3 days after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But of course, like she's gonna lie to sell or whatever. Like why are you gonna do a bra commercial right before you go live?
Right.
Like,
Now, did she? I never got a date as to when this trafficking supposedly started. Are you aware of what her story is in terms of how old she was? Has anybody heard that?
that keeps flip flopping because I think she's like dug it into her head so much and rehearse, and when she gets online, the story does change. So like, I don't know for sure.
In the 90s, she claims.
In the 90s. Okay.
But you guys are going to see that, yes, I do believe the source from this man, because you guys are going to see a screenshot here shortly that proves everything that we have been telling you guys since yesterday, and it come from the mouth of Gigi herself.
Now, with this trafficking thing, okay, so if that was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, whatever, how many years ago? So during this whole time, her family never knew that she was being trafficked. And at that age, she was still in contact with her family because they were speaking with her up until on or about 2007.
Correct.
Okay.
And like you would think, because she said her mother comes to the hospital. I would assume, if my mother come to the hospital for that type of reasoning, I would assume she would at least kind of tell the immediate family, and nobody knows anything about it.
Right, right. That's again, it's just weird. It's weird that it just doesn't make any sense.
Like I'm not dismissing that she may have had some crazy stuff happen in her life.
Oh,
Like
absolutely, absolutely.
I do want to put that out there. Like I'm not dismissing that she may have had encounters in life. So please don't put that on me.
Oh, no, no, no.
No, I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about as far as chat
Correct.
goes.
Yeah.
Just
No,
to
no.
protect myself, I'm not accusing her of everything being fake.
No, that's not what we're
No,
here
no,
to do. And I've said that she tried to turn it around in her live a few minutes ago and say that I said that she was never DV'd. That's not what I said.
So I actually have that posted.
Yep, I said you were out here doing the most, and if you are mocking DV, and she wouldn't let me finish. I was talking about the part with the tire iron. You're gonna find out the reason why I said, Gigi, the tire iron did not happen. And she goes, well, how do you know you wasn't there? This came out of her own mouth. And you're going to see that. I'm going to post that up on the screen here in a moment for you guys to be able to take a look at that and see that it is not.
You want me to play those? You want me to play those clips again?
Yes, I do. I want.
You got. Can you pull the clips I posted about where she mentioned on her FB that she fell?
Yeah, and I have those audio. I have the audio.
Okay.
So let me play those again now, Dora, and then show what you have, okay? After that, because that will tie everything all in. Okay, so this is two separate audio recordings of her. The first one, there's not a lot of info. The second one, she goes into detail about what happened. So everybody listen really carefully. This is her own words.
No. Everything's not okay. I fell yesterday. I was walking. I need a night beer. That's what I thought. Joanne. Okay, so Joanne and Jan are getting a nightmare before Christmas. I was walking in here yesterday with this blow up stitch
Okay, now here's the second part of it.
outside of my office, and my foot, I went underneath the clothing rack, so I fell straight on my face, and I broke the optic nerve back here, so I can't see out of my eye, and then I sprained my arm, so that was a good fun time.
So those were the two audios of her telling people in a live that she fell down and she damaged her optic nerve.
Yes, apparently she fell into like a clothing rack or something like that.
Yes, and she said, but online, she said that she got hit with the tire iron. She never said nothing about yesterday or the day before about the actual falling. Now she says she fell and got hit with a tire iron when she fell.
Oh my God.
Someone hit her. She said that today. All right, now, mind you guys, I'm going to show a text message from Gigi herself to someone in the someone here, okay? I want you to take a look at what Gigi says.
Can you make that bigger at all?
I sure can. I can do a zoom. This is from Gigi directly, and I can show you guys. It is from Gigi. That is Gigi's Book of Faces. Okay, take a look.
And there you have it. She's a freaking liar.
And for the record, I never doxed her. The only thing I posted was her mugshots or a public record.
Yep.
She says
And for her,
in this message, I'm going to go on live on TikTok and say this is from the guy that plastering my info. He did this, okay? And the person says, okay.
So I mean, that's all you need to see to realize she is a MFing grifter. That's all she is.
and while she was on live on TikTok at the hospital, she actually doxed her full name, her address, birthday, and everything.
Yeah.
So mind you,
Yep.
someone that has had to have, because you remember, she said that she had to have multiple name changes because of her attackers. First of all, when you are in a program such as witness protection or you are in protection from trafficking, the first thing they're going to tell you to do is stay the hell off of social media, because there are thousands of people that have the public eye and can acknowledge where you are at all times. They're not going to tell you to get on social media and throw your story out there to thousands of people, knowing that one of them could potentially get a hold of that.
Yeah.
Let's put our heads together here, folks.
It's honestly like, yeah, she has a fake name up, but it's honestly not that hard to find her.
No, exactly. And there are people on here that know who she is.
And I'm thinking to myself too, is like, so you search her name, like her username, nothing pops up. If you would find something on someone if they truly changed their name to that.
I
Right.
confirmed today.
I found absolutely nothing under that name besides like just FB accounts or Instagram or something like that, where you can use a fake name.
Yes, and in this message to this person, this was this week. She messaged this person and says, again, I'm going to go live on TikTok and say this is the guy that's plastering my info. He did this. She set that up today when I came in her live to call her out exactly on this. What did she do? She went straight to defense. She tried to claim that, I wasn't blocked. I'm 100% blocked on my main account. And I was going to show this, and it gets better. Let's talk about the fall, okay? Let's go on over to the day of the fall, which was the same day that she... Check it out. This lady was on the phone with her the day of the fall that she got hit with the AKA tire iron. The person says she went on TikTok live from the hospital. She said, yes, she fell and has a huge goose egg that came up really fast. I don't have TikTok. Then she says, right here, the friend gets a hold of her. And she says, she said someone on TikTok hit her with the bat. Okay, first it was a ball bat, now it's a tire iron. The person says, I don't know. I just heard her fall and heard her crying. I heard her mom trying to help her get up, and when she came back into the picture, she really had a lump. She said, I didn't want to put this in the chat. She says, I have told her to let me know what's going on.
And like she was saying today when I was in her live, she said, "Oh, oh, you're here. I'm gonna show you. I can't wipe off my fake bruises." And I said to her, "I'm not saying your bruises around your eye are fake. I'm saying that you got them on your own by falling, not the story you're telling. Tell the truth."
Yep. And this is
And
the
she
payment
was-
receipt.
she
I've
was
noticed,
more.
like, so she's so adamant about this bruise. But
Right.
when the attack happened, like 2-3 weeks ago, she she wasn't so, like, forceful of trying to prove it. Like, people would say,
Right.
wipe it off, and, she blah, blah, blah. But now that it's a legit bruise, she's like, okay, now I can here's my time to shine,
Right.
And like even now, like her cheeks, they're not even bruised anymore. Like there was
Right.
still be some discoloration, like something. And like there was no scratches or anything. It was
Right.
just color.
Right. Somebody asked about sometimes she comes on live and she's slurring and stuff.
Yes.
I can tell you last night that I was watching her late last night and she was slurring and it looked like she was nodding out a little. And somehow she twisted it into blaming it on me and Dora because we were having a live about her and she had taken her sleep medicine a
Yeah.
couple hours before when I was watching her on live, and she said, you know, the sleep medication makes me drowsy, and you know, and I would have been fine going to sleep as if it wasn't for Scammy Claus and Dora. No, no, no. She's got this problem where she cannot take responsibility for her shit. So like
Responsibility or accountability.
accountability, right? Exactly. So no, it wasn't anybody's fault. You took the medication that you're supposedly prescribed, and you know you took it at a bad time. So
Sorry.
Oh shit! Hold on, guys. Sorry,
wow,
that's a
that was loud.
video. Sorry,
That was
sorry.
loud.
I
But
was
if
trying to show
Mama.
you guys a proof that she does
Hey,
in fact
Graham.
have me blocked. Look, when I type in Gigi Wink, this is my main account. Her backup does not have me blocked, but her main account has me blocked. See, when I go in, I'm looking, there's no other Gigi Wink. This is the only Gigi Wink that is her backup account that does not have me blocked. Her main account has me 100% blocked. And
so the whole time.
you guys are
I'm
seeing
sorry.
it in real time. I've done nothing. I went in there to try to speak with her, and I told her to stop the lying, cut it out to these people, and be honest with these people, because you are actually making DV victims. You are shaming DV victims that truly have went through DV. You know, and I'm not saying that she's never went through DV. What I am talking about is the tire iron. The story has changed 4 times. And
Yep.
you guys just saw on my screen the text message confirming her saying, I'm going to go on TikTok and say that this guy that's doxing my info did this, okay? She set that up. She set the motive. And now she's running with it, thinking that people will not catch on.
One thing I thought was really odd. So like, as you can tell, I've been following for a while and been.
Yes.
She never blocked this account until after apparently I doxed her, but she blocked my other 2 regular accounts for saying a dog's name.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she never blocked this account, so like she was getting attention off of my page.
Right. And you know, listen, another real questionable couple things. Okay, first of all, like I had said to Dora at the beginning of this live, before we started, during her live today, she told one of her mods to add the word fraud to the block list in her chat. Okay, so when you're blocking words, there's a reason. Dora, there's somebody down here that's requesting a box, Vixen Paranormal.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to. I've got a list of them. I want to make sure that you guys are wanting to come up
Okay.
as I
So-
bring you up.
So, I mean, somebody who's blocking words like fraud, and I'm sure she's got other things listed in there, you know, like fake DV, like other phrases that are blocked, questionable. The other thing is this. She couldn't tell us last night exactly what day the assault happened at the beginning of the month. She said, oh, I don't know, it was like the 10th or the 11th. I'm not really sure. Now, if you were here last night, Texas Tiff was in a box, okay? She was able to say what date her first assault occurred when she was a DV victim, and she was able to say the date as to when the last one was. Okay? So you can't tell me that somebody doesn't remember a date like that.
You always remember the date that your assault happens. Um, you can't forget that. It is burned into your memory. Um, People can tell you, I've spoken with quite a few DV victims that have told me, I remember my date just like it was yesterday. I can never forget it because I know I remember that being the most horrible, tragic thing I've ever went through in my entire life. And when we asked her last night, Scammy Claus specifically asked her, we was not disrespectful to her. She asked her, she said, can you tell us the date that the assault happened, that she stated this was the first assault where the dogs got tased and she got beat up? And she goes, I don't really know. I think it was like the 10th or the 11th. And we were like, hold on, wait a minute. You don't remember? But she remembered to put on false eyelashes and fake nails. But we don't remember the date. Come on, folks.
And again, piggybacking on that story, somebody brought up last night when we were showing some videos about her nails. Okay. Now, I understand she sells these press on nails, et cetera, et cetera. I don't really care about that. But what you have to notice is the night between the night that she was assaulted to the next day when she put a video out about it, she had absolutely beautiful nails on. Okay, beautiful gold nails that she made. I mean, they were really nice, okay? But so this was my question to her. Did she have those nails on when the assault happened? Because if she had, I don't know how they stayed that perfect. Okay.
Exactly. Not one broke.
Right, especially if those are press-on nails, they're not going to stay on if you're in the middle of an assault. Secondly, if they weren't on, because she said she had something different on, you're telling me between that night where she got assaulted to the next day when she went on live, she was good enough emotionally and physically to take time to do her nails? I mean, who does that? Who does that after a horrible assault
Gigi.
like that?
Gigi.
And she was so adamant on coming on TikTok to tell her story. First of all, what victim do you know jumps straight to TikTok when their assault happens? Nary one of them. I'm sorry.
Or jump online while you're at the hospital.
Yes, none of them do that because none of them want it to be known. They cover it up for the abuser, first of all. They don't want people to be in the limelight. They don't want the light shining bright on them because you know why? A true victim is terrified that if somebody finds out what happened, they will get their ass beat again. Let's talk about it. They really do. They're scared for their life because they don't know what's going to happen next. It's not because they jump on a live stream to sit and allow 400 people to watch them while you're sitting there saying, while I'm telling my story, guys, we need 5 bears to complete this goal. We need to get this goal completed because I'm not getting off here until you complete it. That's not how that works.
She had those nails on during the attack. Somehow she didn't lose not one gem.
Yeah, and if that's not sus enough, I don't know what is. Hey, Vixen, what did you want to add to all this?
Oh, so she had my live took down earlier because I was showing some of her, like she's got reports from where her gastric bypass was infected, which is actually what's wrong with her stomach. It's not from being pew-pewed. She had my main account took down because I was showing her inconsistencies. But I ran a background check on her, Dora, if you want me to send it to you, because I have all 67 times she was in jail. And for what it was for, all of that stuff. That was all of it.
67 times?
She's got 46 felonies. She's been in jail and or prison because she's been in prison twice, 67 times.
Yes,
Yeah,
I,
How is
I know she
how
did
is
9
she?
months for prescription pad. She was writing out prescriptions.
I do have her
Yeah, she's
prison
had
mugshot. I will show that right here. I do have the prison mugshot. This is it. Hold on, folks.
How is she?
yeah,
How is
I
she
have
allowed to? How is she allowed to walk the streets?
Maybe that's the
I'm
issue.
not sure. My biggest issue with it and the reason I started going live about her was simply because she's making a killing on the backs of DV and trafficking when she has trafficking charges herself. I mean, it, it's fucked up.
And guys, I'm going to tell you
She
something.
is,
I have confirmed what Vixen is saying. On her background, she does have trafficking charges
I
herself.
also have our background check.
So maybe that's where the
so, like,
trafficking story is coming in.
Hey, Dora, do you have all of
well,
her mug shots? You want me to send them to you?
If you want to shoot those to me, can you send
Yeah.
them to my email so I can pull them up on the screen? I don't want to post your actual information.
Yeah. What is? I don't even know what your email is.
It's Dora the Explorer 2382 at Gmail.
2382. Okay, I'll be right back.
All right.
So unless there's anything else for me that y'all can think of, I'm gonna drop down. One thing, the family says we're doing a great job. So hey, I appreciate all y'all jumping in as well and helping me with this. Because I just started posting. Hopefully it would catch, and I'm glad I seen other people see it as well.
Yes. Scam slam.
To anyone that's in this chat room, whatever, if you're a survivor, male or female, my heart goes out to you. I'll admit I was RP'd in the military, so I do have, I know kind of what it feels like in some ways. So my heart goes out to each and every one of you if you survived or if you've lost anyone. Hope everybody has an amazing
Right. Correct. And we definitely want to say to all the victims that are truly DV victims and victims themselves, we are terribly sorry for what you have went through. And just know that there are people here that definitely understand. We have a couple of people in the box that are here to speak as well. So, Miss Chase.
Hi, I wanted to make sure. So her trafficking charges are for rug or
There is a lot of rug charges. Okay, Scammy, let me go grab those mug shots. Hold on, guys. Let's go over to my email and get those. Give me just a second. All right, right here. Can you guys see the screen?
yes.
Okay. I'm going to zoom in on that. That is one of them. Go to the next one. This is the other one. You guys can see that. Yes, those are her charges. There's their mugshots from hers directly. I will look over the full background of that. If someone, Vixen, if you're still in here, if you can shoot that over. Yeah.
I was just wondering because so I cover true crime and I've wandered into the scammer community the past couple months. But while in true crime, I had been doxxed covering a case, and I had never wanted to speak on the fact that I was a trafficking survivor. I wanted to. I have not been ready. I'm still not ready. But I had to explain why that doxing was so critical and why it was so important for my name not to be out there. So once that had happened, I had came across somebody who was claiming he ended up, what I think is that he was allegedly the person doing the trafficking, not the one that was trafficked. And doing a deep dive into him, I found out like that most likely was the case. So I had called him out. So I have come across several individuals on this app that have been doing like claiming trafficking along with DV, which obviously that has happened to me as well. So I find it very offensive to a lot of the people, and I appreciate what you guys are doing by putting it out there, because it gives like the survivors a reason to speak up and to say like it's fucked up what you're doing. Like they may not realize how fucked up it is, which I can't comprehend how you wouldn't, but it does, encourage us to speak up, to say how fucked up it is, and to speak on that there are trafficking survivors out there on this app that don't want to speak on it or are not ready at the moment, which I'm 1000% not ready. Mine was 9 years ago, and I'm still not ready. So, but I do want to say I appreciate everything that you guys are doing by spreading awareness on these type of situations, because there's a lot more out there that have been doing this than I realized, and it has encouraged me to gain the strength to actually acknowledge it and to speak up on it, because they have no idea. I don't know if they don't have any idea, or if they just don't give a fuck, or I'm sorry with the language.
That's okay.
If they just don't care about the people that actually went through it. But it's so obvious to somebody that went through it, to witness people that speak on it that haven't gone through it. It is so obvious to a survivor of people that are just claiming this, and it didn't happen.
And that's one of the reasons why that Dora and I do this stuff, because, we have nothing against her as a human being. We have everything against her for the shit that she's doing on here. Because we both know people on this app that have really gone through these situations.
Yep.
And we know that they struggle every day. And we know that they wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat. And we know that they're still afraid of their lives. And we know that she's full of shit. So
it only took me 5 minutes to listening to her to know that she was full of shit.
Yes, because people don't talk about it. It's scary for them. And today, she sat there. And I'm going to say trigger warning, and Chase, I do want to say I'm sorry for your story. I'm sorry that you even had to go through that, because it's horrific for the people that have truly been through that. But today she described things that had me in shock. I even sent a message to Scammy Claus saying, "Are you effing serious right now?"
Yeah.
She is on a live stream describing the things that real life people have gone through. And she makes it look as if it's nothing to talk about it. First of all,
she talks about it like she would read the recipe off of how to bake cookies.
yes.
I mean, there's no emotional scars or something.
Yes, and people that talk about their story, even DV situations, are emotional because they can't even get the words out. It's like it's almost, when you're watching her, it's like it's coming from a movie. And this right here tonight, she stated that they imploded firecrackers in her and filmed it and put it on the dark web.
But yet she pulled it out.
She pulled it out. She said, and then she backs that up tonight, folks, and says, "Oh, the firecrackers were like tampons. Thankfully, I could just pull them out."
Exactly. So how did it implode? And honestly, I've used firecrackers in like a Pepsi can or something. It destroys a Pepsi can. Like if that was true, like nothing down there would be functioning.
You realize that your internal organs would be severely damaged, right? First of all, nobody's gonna, like, what? The way she was talking about that, and then follows that up with, oh, they're just like tampons. Luckily, I was just able to pull them out. And she kind of gives that smirk. What? Tonight, if you guys were over there when I was over there earlier, when after I had left her box, she got off, she comes back on. I sit there and I listened. She told Ginger, the lady who was in Scammy Claus's box last night, she said, keep fucking with me and I will exploit your children on the internet and post them. She sure did. She sure did. That's what she said to her. She would post her children on the internet, her little girls. For a DV victim, you wouldn't be posting nobody's fucking child.
For real.
That shit done pissed me off and went left. Let me tell you right now, I was hot when I left there.
Catitude is in here and she's one of her mods. Would you like to come up, Catitude?
So everybody that's in this chat, if you've purchased anything from her or anything, or if you was good friends with her, I know for a fact that she has sent in threat texts, and a lot of people have not got their stuff that she's purchased or they purchased from. So you might want to just like request your money back because you may not ever get it, and just be careful if you was close with her.
Be cautious, people. Stop. Be cautious. When you have a woman sitting on a live stream talking about how she was trafficked, then turns around in the next sentence telling a woman she's going to post her children.
She's already doxed. Well, she doxed her real name, but it's not really a dox. I mean, but you know, she's screaming, you know, her friend's name of 8 years just because, you know, she finally woke up. You know,
Ginger, I hope that you call that local authorities for that as well. I hope that a measurement is taken for that, because let me tell you what, as a mother, you want to go out and you want to sit on here and talk about how real it is for you, but you're over here threatening to exploit somebody's children on the internet? Ma'am.
I do know somebody that personally knows her or knew of her. This person did get a threatening message, and she did go to the authorities today and put a restrainer against her. So, but I don't know how they back out messages. But it said, can somebody go back and say it if it's still in here? But yeah, the bottom just hit a request up, and it should pop up. They have to have it come up on the live, so I think they might talk, but I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, just let me know kind of who it is, and if they want to come up, I'm happy to let them up here.
Is your mod still in here, Catitude?
I'm here. I was her mod.
Okay.
I did not ask to be modded. I don't know how I got modded.
You were blessed.
Yeah, right? It was such a blessing. Anyways, I didn't believe the story entirely in the beginning, and the few times I watched her, it changed so much that I don't know how anyone could believe it. I certainly was not gullible and didn't jump headfirst into believing her. Sorry, there's a cat on me. I didn't jump headfirst into believing her, and I was very skeptical. So yeah, I was waiting for this live so that I could unmod myself and have a reason.
You missed her conversation. This is her stating, folks. Right here, I want to show this again, if you guys don't mind for a second. This is when she come on and said that she was hit with a tire iron. She plotted it. Right here it is. This is the text message that she sent and said, I'm going to go live on TikTok and say this is from the guy that plastered my info. He did this, okay? She set that up. That is her messenger chat.
Do you want me to play the recording again?
Yes, and listen to the recording. You see that she says that she was going to tell everybody on TikTok that he did this to her But listen to Scammy Claus's little audio there of what she describes.
Outside of my office, and my foot, I went underneath the clothing rack, so I fell straight on my face. And I broke the optic nerve back here, so I can't see out of my eye. And then I sprained my arm. So that was a good fun time.
So yeah, so she broke her optic nerve. Now you can't break a nerve, by the way. I mean, so I'm not even sure about that. So
I just want to say something real quick, and then I'm gonna drop down. Guys, I just thought of are from trafficking.
Rug
Is that?
trafficking. No, rug trafficking.
Oh, okay, okay. I was like, is that okay? I just wanted to make sure because I'm like, because then she brought up that lady's kids, and I'm like, wait a minute, this might be a bigger picture here, you know? Okay, I just wanted to ask. Thank you. All right, thanks.
I was just gonna say for those of you that are saying I was her mod last night, I was probably the maybe one of two in there, and I was only doing what a mod does, and I did have to mute some people because there were some very rude comments made that I wouldn't allow on anybody's page. But I wasn't defending her. The only thing I defended is I take the same sleeping medicine she does, and it does make me drowsy. That was the only thing I defended. Did I gift? I think I gave her a heart me or something. The one, whatever cost a cent.
so you're saying that last night, even though you were her mod, you didn't believe her still?
Correct. Well, I was waiting to see what was going to happen. So I had heard her story twice before. And so listening to it last night, I was carefully watching all the changes, etc., listening to how the stories morphed and become more graphic. And then today it just got even worse. And I was like, yeah, I got to get out of this.
Now, how long have you been with her for?
Not at all. She found me
last night.
Oh no, I had seen her before in another creator's live, and she had followed me, and so then I ended up like, I always check, right? Who's following me? Who is this person? And so I saw some of her videos about being supposedly trafficked and stuff, and I was like, what the heck? And because I was a mod on the other creator's account, and she friended me, she modded me instantly on her account, which I did not ask for.
Listen, out of curiosity, if you'd be willing, who was the other creator?
Trish, Tejo Trish.
Okay, yeah, I don't know who that is. Okay.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story. I love Trish, but she's a hot mess right now.
I know who Tejo Trish is.
Hey, Dora,
Yeah.
Dora, can you bring up just browsing?
Yep. Let me see here. Hang on, guys. I'm going to try to get to all of you. I don't see just browsing.
Let me. It's recent in the chat says. Hold up. Just browsing. Type something else. There's an ugly little dog as her picture.
Oh, yeah. Can you hit my request box, hun? I can bring you up that way. If you hit the two
He's
little
new
people.
to TikTok, so.
Yeah, just hit the little man and woman at the bottom. It's a little blue and pink man and woman. Hit that so I can bring you up.
And Catitude, I want to say, so you heard that her story got more graphic. People that survivors, we don't speak on the graphics. We can't. Listening to her speak last night, so I was in her live last night and her speaking about something in her mouth, like that literally triggered me into my nightmares last night.
Yep.
So if you hear anyone, when people are speaking on their survivor and to spread awareness on it, they don't do the graphicness, because it doesn't matter how long it's been. it triggers that, and it triggers other people. And if you're a survivor, you are fully aware of that, and you would never put those graphics into another survivor's mind.
No.
For them to think that. So just
Never.
keep that in mind when it comes to anybody on this app that puts those graphics out. They're trying to do it to try and act like that they've been through it. But that's not the case, because a true survivor would never put those graphics out because they know that they can trigger another survivor.
Yep. So someone is Pink Blot. I was a mod before Sarah was on Gigi's account. I just never went to it. And yes, I was there last night, but I can't read the messages. They're going so fast, and I'm on my phone. Someone else had said something. Oh. I did not stand up for her. I told people to be nice, you guys. I tell everybody to be nice. I mean, there's no reason to be mean. And I'm not her mod anymore. I don't want to be. I wasn't defending her except for sleeping meds. So I just don't. Whoever Soul Water is.
We got Miss Ginger. I got her. Hold on, guys.
How many people do you need to come up in the box?
200 or 180.
No, I only had 4, and I was
Yeah.
able to get in a
Did they
box
change it?
on her backup. I went in on my backup in her
Does-
live.
This is the family member, and that's why I'm trying to get them up in the box.
Ooh, okay.
I think you may have to have. Is this person like really new to TikTok? Like, has not been in a lot of lives or anything?
They're pretty new.
Hey, so hang on, let me get them.
So real quick, can I just say something? Someone just asked me to go right now and show that I'm no longer a mod. How would you like me to do that? I don't know how this live started. I unmodded myself.
Yes, if we could get everybody to follow, what is the name of the account? Calling.
Hold on. It's just messing. It's kind of like
Could get everybody to follow you, please, real fast, so we could get you in a box. She has nearly 2,000. Hold on, just browsing. Right here, just browsing. Right here is the page. Right here. Now let me see. I got you in a box. Gotcha.
also.
Hi, just browsing.
Hi guys, my name is Angela. How are you?
We're good, Angela. How are you?
Good. Okay, so here's the deal. I was listening. I've been listening for some time now. I'm Gina's sister. I'm 3 years older than her. Been through this all my life. Ask me anything. I'll tell you what I know. I'll tell you what I don't know, and I'll try to help you guys out.
Can everybody please mute, please? Except for just browsing. Please mute.
Yes.
Ginger, can you mute, please? Thank you.
Yes. So, guys, I want to make this very clear. Let's be respectful in the chat. If there are questions for Gigi's sister, this is her sister. So,
Yeah.
guys, please keep in mind, be respectful. Don't say anything that, regardless, it's still her family member.
Yeah, and I've been through this all my life. This is my sister. I still love her. But at the same time, I'm annoyed with everything she does as far as like taking advantage of people. So if you have questions, let me know. I'm the one that's been telling about she did have gastric bypass surgery. It's a good. Okay, let me back up and tell you this.
Yeah.
All the funny shit. That was her. She was so funny. In fact, I would get jealous. Because all the kids would always want to hang out with her because she was more fun than me. and I get that or whatever. But then, and she was always overweight. And then I could buy lottery tickets. She couldn't. And I bought her a lottery ticket when she asked for one. And she won $1,800. And that is how she
she survived. She lived on the $1,800. Remember, this wasn't in 2024. This is like 1998, 99, that she lived off this money while she got the gastric bypass. Now, gastric bypass, that was in the beginning stages of it. It was awful. People didn't know a lot about it. And she got it. And the easy thing for the doctors to do were to prescribe painkillers. And so she got addicted to painkillers. And that was the whole awful spiral downhill for her.
And that happened a lot in the 90s because, you know,
Absolutely.
like I said last night, they were prescribing those like Tic Tacs back then.
Oh, that's a great way of putting it. Absolutely. It was like TikTok. Yeah.
I mean, everybody was getting them for anything, you know, any type of pain, no matter how bad it was, you know, how mild it was. And we see where that's put us today in a country. I mean, you know, how bad things are.
And now, Angela, can you describe, not like the details, but she states that she got pew-pewed in her stomach.
No, she didn't.
And that is why there's a scar there.
Thank you. Okay, so if we're talking about the same scar, because of gastric bypass, she lost so much weight that and this is, my mother was a nurse. Our mother was a nurse. So this is how it was described to me, is that one of her large intestine started telescoping into the other intestine, and they had to chop a good chunk of it out. So to this day, I can still remember where we'd actually have to pack the wound. The wound was like, it was like, she literally had like an open wound, and it was awful. And that's when the doctor, and I'm not afraid to say his name because I'll never forget it, because this is the man that really caused a lot of issues with our family, Dr. Needleman. Dr. Needleman at Ohio State University prescribed them, as you said, like Tic Tacs, and that's how she got addicted to it.
So,
yeah.
So now, this happened when she was she like in her early 20s? Like, how old was she when she had this surgery?
Correct. Early 20. I can't remember exactly, but I want to say like between 19 and 24 probably is when it happened. So again, it was when we didn't, like, I have friends now that get it, and things go as like.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's.
Yeah, in 2024.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. But then, you know, back then they literally give you a card that would say like, hey, I just had the surgery done. Can I order off the kids' menu? I mean, it's not that you couldn't process food, but you had to eat tiny, like what I was told is that you could eat like a shot glass worth of food. That's the amount that your tummy can handle.
Now that leads to my next question. She states that she can't and has not been able to eat regular food. She could only drink protein shakes due to the pew-pew to the stomach.
That's a lie. You can absolutely eat. I don't know, like, I'm not saying you're putting down like a 16-ounce fillet, but you're actually eating like regular food. So you can eat food, just smaller portions. Yes.
But like you said too, I mean, the pew-pew never happened.
The pew-pew never happened.
So
Absolutely
I mean,
not.
yeah. So she's that's a big fat lie.
Yeah.
When did as did happen to a lot of people in the 90s, and let's be honest, people get all kinds of surgeries in the 90s. They get put on these pills. They become very addictive, and that's what happened to her. So that was the spiral. When did she start having problems with the law? Was it before that or after?
It was after. I mean, we grew up in an Italian family, and it wasn't uncommon for our Italian father to show up on her doorstep with a ball bat, you know, if there's any guys in the house. But I mean, but for the most part, you know, it was after all of this happened, and it's very frustrating because at the end of the day, I would have rather been overweight and figured out a more natural way to lose the weight.
Right.
But yeah, it was after. As far as the trafficking goes, that really bothers me because if it happened, obviously I can't confirm it because I haven't seen her since 2007. But if it happened, I cannot confirm it. But at no point over the past 20 years was that ever told to me, and that was something that would think that would always be told to a family member.
Yes, because she said that she takes care of your mom. And she says that this happened 19 years ago and it was with over 300 men, is what
Yeah,
she
well,
said today.
well, 2007. That's the last time I saw them at Christmas. I don't know why it wasn't a specific date or a Y date or whatever, but I don't know why. I don't know why. As far as my mom having dementia, I have not heard that until recently, and I don't know if I believe it necessarily. I mean, I saw one of her videos where she's putting makeup on my mom, and she seemed perfectly fine.
Yeah, she says mom is dementia, and I saw someone ask in the chat today, why have you not fed mom today or got her to the bathroom?
Well, I kind of joke with my sister and my cousin. I'm like, she probably has my mother like locked up in a like a closet or something. I mean, I'm being sarcastic or whatever, but I don't know. And like, I kind of, my sister and I, my other sister, so there's three of us total, three girls. And my other sister and I, we completely separated ourselves, my mother and Gina, because my mother completely enabled everything Gina did. And Gina, they were like a codependency, like dream team.
That makes sense now. That makes sense.
Yeah, and that's why my sister and I, we stayed up here in Ohio. My sister and I, we got our degrees. We have our own lives. I have a couple sons. Like, we do our own thing. They're down in Florida. Like, yeah.
Now, so you guys haven't seen your mom or your sister for a while. How long have you known that she has been telling these stories to people and collecting money from them?
Okay, so I know that Gina has been telling stories for years. I mean, that was literally her growing up. As far as collecting money, I have no like visibility to how much she's earned, what she's seen. I just occasionally go on Facebook or I try to avoid TikTok, to be honest with you. TikTok just to that's why I have like
Me too.
I think I have like 3 followers. So yeah, that's why I avoid all that. I avoid it. To answer your question, I don't know the answer to that. So I mean, but that's the thing. Like, that's what's not making sense to me. Is like, you talk about your page being about, and I don't even know the words for this. So DV. Sorry, I have to be slow. I have to stop for a second because I guess you get like kicked off for this. So DV
okay.
or SV or whatever. You get kicked off for that, but yet she's still selling like cubic zirconia jewelry. So I don't understand. Like, there's no freaking connection. Like, the Home Shopping Club never did that.
Right.
Like,
Right.
So, yeah. So it's not adding up, in my opinion.
Do you know? Is she on state aid or anything, or because she was saying, I guess she said in the chat that she's not working right now, because I don't know if she said she's disabled, but she's collecting money every month from the state. Do you know anything about that?
No, that's the first I'm hearing about that. So she's collecting state aid. Awesome.
That's what unemployment. That's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, she worked. So she had a really good job. Like, she was rocking it at Ford's Garage. I guess that's a chain in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not familiar with it, but I think it's like burgers or whatever. And so I think she was rocking it there. And then I don't know what happened in that situation. I always thought that this whole online Gigi Wing thing was like her second job, like a second hustle, which is fine. Everybody has their own like second hustle. It's cool, but yeah.
And by hustle, you mean her selling her jewelry, not begging and lying about.
Correct. 100%, like a legit, like I'm doing like Uber Eats or
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clear that up for everybody in the chat, so they didn't think we were like, "Go girl," you know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes,
So
and today.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Today she claims that, of course, that this man that trafficked her got out of prison in July, came up to her home 3 months later and assaulted her with your mother there. Then she claims 3 days ago, or however many days ago, 6 days ago, that she was hit with the tire iron in the eye.
Do you know what I love about the audience is the audience, y'all have eyes, you all have perfect common sense, and what you think is validated. What you're saying is validated. Like, no, it did not happen. Like, you see glitter on the eyes, you see these fake eyelashes. Like, when I saw that, I was okay, so let me take you through this. So when I first saw the first video, I was horrified. I thought, oh my God, what has happened to my sister? I could not believe this. And then I was like, why the fake eyelashes? Why does she not have any injuries on her arms? Like, you know, as a human,
no defensive wounds.
Correct. As a human, you know, common sense kicks in. You're just like, this is not what it, like, everything that you've taught, like, that you've learned, like, this is not a thing. So I'm on the same page with you guys. Like, I did not see what she was wanting you to see.
Let me ask you something. She claims that her expenses per month are about $5,000.
Yeah, I heard something about that. I'm divorcing my husband. I have 2 sons, and my expenses are not $5,000. I'll tell you that much.
Now she lives with your mom, or does her mom live with you? I'm sorry. Or does that was stupid? Or does your mom live with her?
Well, that's another thing. She said she takes care of my mom. She had my mom move in with her. I think it was more of a mutual, like, we're going to be roommates, and they all live together, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but they both live in Florida. My other sister and I call her normal sister. I got normal sister, hot mess sister. Hot mess sister lives in Florida. Normal sister lives in Ohio. Normal sister and I live in Ohio. And $5,000 a month. I don't know if you're like Paris Hilton or whatever, but that's not a thing.
Right. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what I said last night, and my theory, my opinion about what happened to her for the first attack. I said this last night. My theory is that she's still involved with either selling or using, and my theory is that, as I said last night, what happened to her was because of her owing money to somebody, and probably her plug, and that's why she got messed up by somebody.
What does the plug mean, by the way?
That's somebody who supplies her with things that you can't buy at CVS.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Because, and I'll show this message here. I want to show this because this come from a personal friend that is close to Gigi. And
Hey, Dora.
Yes.
I just have a quick question for her sister. And I think you were in the live when she said this. You were talking about her surgery and all her intestines and all that.
Yes.
She was stating in the live today that she was very young and she was diagnosed, I think a couple of people in here were in there. I don't remember the name that she said, but she was diagnosed with some kind of disease where her everything blends together. And then she got confused in the stomach.
Yeah, no, that.
Right. So when you were saying about the botched surgery, that made sense. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, so that made sense because she was talking about how she was young and got diagnosed with this disease.
Yeah, you know, in everything that I've seen, everything that I know, she's not been diagnosed with anything whatsoever. I know what has happened to her. I know that her larger intestine telescoped into the other one and it had to be cut out. And I remember the gash. I remember my mother packing it with gauze or whatever. It sucked, but it was not a gunshot wound.
Can everybody mute, please? Can everybody mute, please?
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, and it sucks because I love her and she's so funny and she's so much fun, but then she does stuff like this and I'm just like, dude, what in the world?
Yeah.
You know?
Right, and I think I made a good statement earlier, and I said to these guys listening, I said, oh, hang on, I've got, can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
I can.
It's
yes.
frozen. Okay. So I said this earlier. I said there's nobody that knows you more than your own family.
I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Yep. So now, where do you think, like, do you think that there's any up with you?
Right.
Okay. Do you think there'd ever be a way that you and your normal sister could reach out to her and kind of try to reel her back in and let her look at reality and, you know, kind of show her what she's doing is, you know, wrong and, you know, kind of embarrassing to everybody?
I agree with you. And first of all, do you have a different name besides Scammy Claus, or can I just call you Scammy Claus?
You can just call me Scammy. That's fine.
All right, Scammy. So Scammy, like, I think my sister and I have talked about this, and yeah, I mean, when the hurricane hit, and I think she even mentioned this on her videos, like we were legit worried about her and my mother. Like, there was like 90% of the people have like evacuated, but not Gina and not my mother. Like, they're staying there, and so we were scared shitless for them. And so we were talking to them, and so like I said, I've recently separated from my husband. I'm in my own place, and I was like, hey, you guys can stay here. I have rooms. You can stay here. And we didn't really hear much about it. So to answer your question, my door is always open, but at the same time, I'm wise to what she does, and I'm not bullshitted.
I know, and you know, sometimes family though is the only one that can get through to these people. You know, and but I also understand family dynamics, and I understand that, you know, you guys have been through enough in these situations where, quite honestly, you have no reason to want to do that, because, you know, she showed enough times that you know, she doesn't really care about.
Yeah, and I will tell you guys, like, you know, it hasn't been. So we grew up in upper middle class family. Like someone said at some point, we had three restaurants. My mother was a nurse, whatever. So, but then in 2003, our father died of epilepsy, and it was very.
Oh my God.
We did not expect it to happen. I was 26. Gina, I think, was 23. My other sister was, gosh, she wasn't even in high school yet. So that's a bit traumatic. Is that our father died of, and she was very honest, and my sister and I would get very jealous. She was a daddy's girl. Like, my dad loved her. I don't know if he felt sorry for her or whatever. I was jealous of it, whatever. But yeah, our father died of epilepsy in 2003. So yeah, I don't know if that had an impact on her. But yeah.
And do you notice, and I wanted to ask this, is there any behaviors from the past history there? Tonight, one thing that really struck me crazy was telling the girl in the chat, the girl that has known her for 8 years, she told her tonight that if she did not stop or kept coming for her, she would put her children out there.
That's not okay. That is not okay. Like, I was listening to that, and I was just like, what in the world, Gina? That is not okay.
Right.
So that I don't condone that in any respect.
And do you notice that has she done crazy stuff like that? Like, has she been like this? Basically, my question is, even you as a family member, if you tried to have a conversation with her, would she be on the defense side? Would she act like this?
So my gut tells me that she would be on the defensive. And that's why we've never really gotten along, is because I always call out her bullshit. Like, my mother would help her, like, roll, like, at the time when it was completely illegal. I was probably like 24, and my mother's like helping her, like, roll like weed cigarette. do you hear how nerdy I sound? Like weed cigarettes, whatever the fuck they're
The
called.
Mary Janes.
Thank you.
Wow, your mom was hip.
Yeah,
Not.
yeah, that's one word for it. And like that's probably why she's suffering from no, and no. So I guess what I'm saying is like, where am I getting like? Sorry.
I know what you're saying. She. It seems like they catered to her.
Yeah,
Throughout her
they
life.
felt sorry. Yeah, you're right. They felt sorry for her, but I don't want to take up the whole conversation, you guys. You guys want to keep talking. You know, this is,
but you're giving us some insight that nobody knows about her, and it's important because, listen, like we always say on here, we're going to give out information. You know, people can listen to this information. They can listen to proof that we have in recordings. And ultimately, they're going to make their own decision. But when you have a family member, okay, and you have no reason to have an axe to grind with her, because you've said that you love her, you've said some really nice things about her, and ultimately, you know, you guys would like to see her, you know, back kind of on the straight and narrow and back in your lives as long as she is back to who she used to be. So you have no reason you have no reason to lie about it. So you know that's why we're putting this information out there. Anything that you can help us to better try to understand who she was and how she turned out this way is better than anything that Dora and I can quote unquote dig up on her. Tell me something, you know, considering the relationship you've told us regarding your parents and how they treated her, all these times where she was arrested.
Yeah.
Did mom and dad bail her out, or did mom bail her out, or?
Mom bailed her out. So this pretty much happened. So as I said, my father died when she was pretty young. So I was 26. So she was probably 23 when my father died. So a lot of it was my mother. So again, I would get on my mother like really hard and just be like, you cannot be her enabler. Like she kept being her enabler. And that's why I kind of broke it off, because I have two sons and I'm just like, my sons cannot be a part of this. And as the older sister, I was just trying to be responsible with this. And which, by the way, I cannot believe how fucking old she looks. Like that's what drugs. You ever want to like a PSA of like what drugs will do you? Look at that.
And if you can,
she's 45.
Instead of saying the D word, if you could say rugs.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
No, not a problem. You're new to this, so
You're
it's okay.
new to this, and I want to say that she did tell someone she was 61 years old.
And that I wasn't like I watched that and I was just like, well, I could see how some people would believe that, because I look at her, I'm just like, Jesus criminy, like quit smoking, like this is bad. But yeah, no, so you guys, what you need to know is that she was a very big love bug. Like she was a very lovable individual, and then as all the stories tell you, drugs, they get their hooks on people, and they turn them into very, very ugly people that you don't recognize. And that's the case here, in my opinion. So we need to have grace, but we also need to have caution here.
And you have to have tough love as a family member. As a
100%.
And I said this out of respect. I said earlier, this is why we're bringing awareness to her, because her behavior and some of the stuff she has said just tonight alone is scary.
Yes, I've noticed her become completely a little bit. I've sent something to my sister and my cousin that she's becoming a little bit more unhinged.
Yeah. Dora, and I just have to say, I love how you come in with your Mr. Rogers voice every so often.
And folks, do you mind? Okay, I need to step away for about 1 minute. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
Not a problem, thanks.
Thank you.
Anybody in the boxes have anything that they want to add to this, what you guys have heard?
I'd like to say something.
Okay.
I gave you the information and everything. It's doxed to me. I'm okay with that. My kids are grown. She can make all the threats she wants to. But
Doxing is unacceptable to me in any, in
I
any.
was Gigi's friend for a long time. When the last hurricane come through and she was there, and I begged her to come to North Florida to stay with me and my mother because I was terrified of what was going to happen. And I begged her to come. She wouldn't come, so I sent her $25 because she said she had no money. So I said, well, here's, $25. Take this, get gas, and at least go to LaBelle or Immokalee or somewhere inland, to be safer. And she stayed there through all of that, which thank God, it did turn and didn't go right in wherever she was. But, I've been friends with her for a long time. And I hate to say this, but until she sent that to me, stating that she was going to blame all this on this other person, I believed everything she said. I had no reason to doubt her. I have ordered probably thousands of dollars worth of stuff from her. Always got it through the mail, everything. This time I bought $201 worth of stuff. I sent it to her, and I still have not gotten it. I still have not gotten a receipt saying that it has been mailed. She said that she mailed it and that it came back. But, that was after I asked her about it, and she waited the next day to tell me that. It wasn't even the same day.
And listen, she's lying about that because if she sent you stuff before, how would it be possible that she put the wrong address on there? She's full of crap.
Exactly.
She's full of crap.
Now she has women from that one message I sent y'all, which I blocked the woman's name off and everything. But she has that woman messaging me now, threatening me.
What is she threatening with?
Wait a second. What is that woman saying to you, Ginger?
Yes.
Well, she's paused.
Uh-oh.
She has someone threatening you?
That's not okay. That's not okay.
The threats she's been doing to Ginger are unbelievable after the past 24 hours. Obviously, it didn't work last night, and she's speaking up about the threats. So why continue sending them? I mean, one, why send them at all? But what?
Like I mentioned earlier, another mutual whatever. They got a threatening message last night as well, and they went to the authorities this morning.
For Gina?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that phrase. Dora, did you hear that?
Oh my gosh, I think we're going to be twinning with that, for fuck's sake.
I actually posted that on my page of the threat.
Jesus.
She said that I need to take everything down, that I'm lying.
Ginger, do you, those, the threats that somebody sent to you, do you want to, just, let Dora or I know about it and see if we can help you with that, okay?
Yeah, just send it to my email.
Yeah, I will.
So, if I may have a second, I appreciate Dora and Scammy, like, y'all doing this and helping, and I appreciate y'all allowed me on the panel. Browsing, you've been amazing to work with and talk with, and I appreciate everything. And everyone else that has reached out with information that was legit, that I did find out was legit, I appreciate it, all the support. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. And please don't send this to like AFF or nobody else. It seems like we do things a little different. We don't try to get an uproar or nothing like that. We just try to remain calm and put out legit information and not dox people. So please don't like me sending it to everybody else. Things always work out, and the colors have come to the light. So,
if you guys aren't following, call them out. Please do that now, he's got some great videos, great information on his page. So please, if you haven't, click on him now and follow him. Because you know what? The more people that cover this, the more information that'll get out there, the more people will see it. And, you know, if anything, maybe, you know, maybe she'll just change. Maybe she'll stop doing this shit. And, you know, maybe she'll get some help. I mean, you know, I always try to think of the positive. Maybe she'll get some help and, you know, she'll stop the crap. She'll stop taking money from people that are hardworking people.
Exactly.
My goal is that this does not become like a Netflix situation where they're like,
it is. If she doesn't
Lord
stop.
have mercy.
You know, you just need to go down in Florida and you need to, like, you know, sister
Slap some people around.
sister to sister, because by that point it's not beating up, it's just, you know, sisterly, you know, violence. But yeah,
Amen. That's not illegal.
Some sense into her. You need to really smack some sense into her, because
You know what? As the oldest sister of two, I've tried so freaking hard. These two are a hot mess sometimes, let me tell you.
yeah. But you know, calling them out, thank you so much for, you know, reaching out to us and letting us know, you know, the information you had, and especially letting us know that, you know, there's a family member that, you know, you've been in contact with, and thank you so much for coming up here too, Just Proudly. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. It means a lot to us because we actually get, like, we connect with these people, but when we've got actually family members that are here that can say, hey,
these are the facts.
These are the facts. I grew up with this person. You're
Like,
getting
we're not
live
coming with a-
insight. We're not coming with a bunch of bullshit.
Agreed.
And we're not coming at you at a negative or vintage way. Like, we're just trying to spread awareness. Like, that's our biggest thing. Is just spread awareness. Like it, like
100%.
like somebody said earlier. You know, it's your opinion if you believe us or believe her, and that's on you.
Agreed.
And like, we're not here to make you believe us by no means, but we're here to try to at least educate, spread awareness, show what receipts that we can.
No, I agree with you. Like, I'm usually considered the straight-laced sister that does everything right, tells the truth, whatever. I'll probably get an earful later. I really don't care. So it is what it is.
And you know, the awareness here is on two different factors because of her. Okay, first of all, we always say never send money on social media to anybody.
Thank you.
Okay, because you don't know who these people are.
Yep.
But secondly, not only are people doing that, but she's using some very serious circumstances that people deal with. You know, in this live right now, in this chat, people deal with these
100%.
situations. And, you know, if it's not true, she's just making a mockery of it. And she's hurting so many people more than she knows. And those two things have got to stop.
That's what bothered me the most is when I saw all the DM victims that had like come forward, just like, those don't look like real bruises or whatever. And I'm just like, dude, you are not. That did not happen. Yeah. No, agreed.
Yep.
I do want to let everybody know, like, I will be taking down some of my videos because after further investigation, I do thoroughly think she does have a black eye. So I will apologize for that because I initially thought it was makeup. So I actually do believe she failed because she
It wasn't a black eye for the right reason, though.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
right reason.
Yes, but I don't want to put out false information.
Sure.
Right.
So, I will be taking those videos down of it saying it's makeup or whatever.
Yes, I think you can recaption that with the story of the tire iron, and I can send you the receipt where she said she plotted this to go online and say that it was a guy that did this to her.
Yes,
and then you can kind of rearrange it to say, in reality, she fell and hit a shelf because she did say that on her live stream. She admitted that today as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't want to put out any false information. I don't dox anybody. I keep everything between me and that person, and you know, if they want to come out more.
And that's the way, you know, that's the way it should be. And you're doing the right thing. I mean, you know, the object of what we do here is not to put false information out or put information out that is our opinion without knowledge of what actually happened. And the fact that you're going to do that, I think is fantastic. But as Dora said, you can still have that there, but add another caption to it, you know, just to clarify it. And your credibility stands solid because of that.
Yes, you can put a caption, and then I can send you the receipt. Just get with me. Send me a message, and I'll shoot it over from my email to you directly. And, you know, I saw someone in the chat saying, why are you talking about Gigi and she's not here? Gigi is more than welcome to come in here.
I invited her. I invited her today.
I did too. I told her that we were going to do a live about her.
He probably has us all blocked.
She's a smart cookie. I'm sure she has her own page that she's listening right now, and nobody knows.
And mark my words, okay? As soon as we're off, she's going to go online, and she is going to start defending everything. She's going to say we're all lying. She's going to, just so you know, she's going to call you a liar just browsing. She's going to say that you're a liar. I haven't talked to her for this long. She doesn't know what's going on. She never loved me. She was jealous of me growing up. I mean, she'll throw everything at
And
the
you know,
wall.
she said to me today, because she tried it on me today. She said that last night, me and Scammy Claus was laughing at her and laughing at the fact she got attacked and her dogs got attacked.
Wow. No, we were laughing at the story that she and two dogs got tased simultaneously.
Yep.
That's what we were laughing at.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna pop down again. It's been like, I know we only communicated for a few days, but hopefully we find somebody else or whatever. We maybe work together or something.
Absolutely.
But it's been an honor and a pleasure working with you both and everyone else's help. I truly appreciate it.
Calling them out. You contact me anytime you want, and you know, we can work these people together. And I'm sure Dora feels the same way.
Absolutely.
I greatly appreciate that.
Good night.
Y'all have a blessed night.
You know, I want to ask, Dora, did you say that there was somebody that had discussed the first attack that she had?
Correct.
And kind of told you what she was told?
Are you able to see? Okay, yeah. Yep, hold on.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Right here. I've got it up on the screen if you can see it.
It's a little too small, but if you can read it.
It says, please keep my name out of this. Her first attack was a deal gone bad, and the second one she failed.
Now, that is from somebody that doesn't want to get their name out there. And listen, we don't have verification as to whether or not this is true or false.
This is allegedly.
Dora let me know about this early this afternoon, that she received this. Last night on live, I brought up that I thought that this sounded more like a deal that had gone bad, and this information came out today.
Yep.
So I don't know who the person is. Dora didn't tell me because this person wants to be anonymous, and I don't want to know who it is. So, you know, all I could say is, you know, we're putting the information out there. You know, you can do with it what you want. It makes me wonder, though. It absolutely makes me wonder what's going on. You know, and again, that goes back to the, you know, what the hell does she need $5,000 a month for?
And I want to tell you guys, if you see her tonight on her platform bashing her family members, call her on it. Call her on it. Hold her accountable, because that's not what we do here. We're not bashing the family. It's amazing that her sister could come in here and speak, because you're hearing directly from a family member. Yet she may have not seen her since 2007, but your family knows you. Your family knows you.
And we still communicated even after 2007. I just haven't seen her physically since 2007 at my sister's apartment for Christmas. I don't know why that was the catalyst, but it just was.
Now, tell me something. You know, she's probably watching right now. Okay.
Agreed.
Um,
Agreed.
if she's listening right now, and you can say something to her, what would you say to her?
Honey, honey, I love you. I just need you to get help. I just need you to get help. Like, your sister and I can be there for you, but and everybody else, but I just need you to get, I need you to get help. That's all. Like, at the end of the day, call me, text me, even if it costs money. Like, we can figure out something. In Florida, there's always free help. Like, that's been the story of our lives, you guys. Like, I've found her help even when it costs money, because help costs a lot.
And you know, there it is. I mean, you have somebody who is telling her that you know, I'm willing to help you. Okay,
Yes,
call me. I'm willing to help you. If she decides not to do that and continue on with this, then that's her decision. That's her decision, and that's what she's picking over family. She's picking what she's doing now.
Agreed. She has, like, she's met her one nephew, so my oldest son. She's met my one nephew. I'm sorry, not my one nephew. She's met her oldest nephew, my son, but she's never met my youngest son, her nephew. So it would be nice if she got everything in order to where I would feel safe that she would meet both of them at the same time. Like, I've got one in college, I got one as a sophomore in high school.
Gigi, man, this is a sister's cry. Get help so you can be a part of your nephew's life, so that you can be a part of your sister's life. I don't think there's ever a time, and I don't have siblings, but I'm telling you, if I had a sibling, I would want to be a part of my sibling's life. I would want to see them grow. I would want to make memories, because let me tell you, after everything is gone from this earth, you have memories. And your sister is asking you here today to get help. Get help.
Agreed.
It's your perfect opportunity. And if you want to come in and talk to your sister, we will all mute and allow you that time to talk to your sister. If you don't want to do it offline, you can do it right here. Come in.
That's fair.
She's getting ready to go back on live herself.
Gina is?
And I don't want to. I didn't want to interrupt. I'm gonna drop down, but I do want to say that medication from last night that she said that is what was causing the nodding out and stuff. I was recommended that medication months ago, and I did. I spoke to a few people on that. That is not what those side effects look like. So anybody sending the gifts, when you're encouraging her abuse of whatever it is that she is using, because it's not that was causing that last night. So you're enabling it on that end 1000%. So keep that in mind when you're gifting, especially. And I want to thank Scammy and Dora. Thank you so much for what you're doing. As a TV survivor and a trafficking survivor, it means a lot for spreading awareness on this, because it takes a lot for one of us to speak up or to say anything on it. So you guys shedding a light on it, I really, truly appreciate it. And Just Browsing, thank you so much for shedding a light on the situation as well, and your strength to come in the box. So I appreciate it. I'm going to drop down. I'll be in the chat. You ladies have a wonderful night.
You as well, Chasing Crime. Thank you for coming up here.
Thanks for sharing your
And I'm
thoughts.
sorry, I just thought of something. This is a new, like, TikTok user here. Like, what money do you get when somebody, like, gives you likes or bears or whatever? Like, is she getting money for that?
Yes.
Your sister in the past 5 or 6 days has gotten about $700.
Oh my God.
In gifts. Like,
it's much more than that now, Scammy.
you see in your box, Just Browsing, in the upper left-hand corner, it says 318.
Well, I see like I think there's 459 people on this, but I see Explorer, but so she gets money for like bears and stuff or what?
Yes, people gift her through TikTok gifts, and then every Wednesday you get a payout from TikTok.
And she does this to hear her story. She'll say, as I'm telling my story, make sure you guys meet my goal.
Okay, I was wondering about that.
You can
I was trying to figure out how she
goal.
made money.
Yeah, but she also has, if I'm not mistaken, does she have her Cash App and all that posted in her bio or no?
I'm looking right now. Give me just a second. I'm adding her totals up from just this week alone.
Oh my God.
Give me just a second.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe she has her Cash App and her PayPal and all that posted on her TikTok. So she puts it in her lives. Yeah, because she begs for money for it.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Yep.
So this week alone, she has made $939.
Jesus.
Oh my God, from sitting there in front of the fucking video.
Yep. And telling her fake stories over and over again.
Oh, that's infuriating.
Yep.
Okay.
So
I'm learning all of this. Cool.
Yep. And if you see, like, I'm looking at my screen right now, and in your box, right up in the upper left-hand box of your creepy dog picture, it says 324. It says 324. Those are the amount of gifts that you've received tonight from people. So
what?
Yes.
I got gifts?
Yes, you got gifted, you got coins. But what will happen is you will be able to see like what that actually turns into in terms of cash. But
Can I give it to charity? Because I don't even want it.
Yeah, you can re-gift it if you want.
That's what I do.
Creator, yeah. And what I do with my gifts is I donate them to charitable organizations. But what your sister does though is that she'll get these gifts and she'll say stuff like, well, I'm going to continue on with my story, but let's get my gift goal. Let's reach my gift goal now. I only need 10 more, and then it's like some gift that she wants.
And she says that she takes it all to the homeless.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, no. I believe that about, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But okay.
But yeah,
well, that's interesting. Thank you for telling me that. I saw 320. I just thought it was people listening to me. I thought there was 328 people listening to me.
Yeah, no. In the upper right-hand corner of your phone, it says 439 right now. That's how many people are in here in the chat listening.
Okay, I see that right now. Yeah, I'm only a few years younger, or I'm sorry, not younger. I'm a few years older than her. I have a son that's in computer engineering in college, but still, I was just like, yeah, I think that's just the people's listening to me. So sorry.
It takes some time to get used to what TikTok is all about. So don't
It's a lot.
Yeah, it takes a while. But listen, Dora, I'm going to drop down because there is another live about to start that I want to see.
Same.
Thank you. Before I leave, though, thank you, everybody, for coming up in these boxes tonight, sharing your stories. Ginger, we got you. Don't worry about it. Just browsing. Thank you so much for coming in here and sharing your insight and reaching out. An olive branch to say, listen, if you want help, I will help you. I mean,
Just browsing. It means a lot for us to get that insight from you and insight directly from a family member, and it means a lot to each and every one of us. For everyone in here, we greatly appreciate you being a part of this with us tonight. Coming in, just kind of putting it out there. Now, guys, I do want to inform you that she will be live after this, twisting everything that we've said. She done that last night. She done it to me today. So just keep your ears and eyes open for that. She will be on saying that we're laughing at her, we're making fun of her, and that's not true at all. So just browsing, I want to say thank you again. Thank you, Ginger. Thank you, Scammy Claus. Thank you, everyone in this chat who has been here, been a part of this conversation tonight.
Yes.
And if you have any questions, don't be scared to reach out to Scammy Claus or myself privately. We will give you our emails if need be for you to send us anything that you would like. Also, if you have any questions pertaining to this live, you can reach out and ask us anything. Again, thank you so much. We're all going to pop off here because we do got to go be a part of another live and watch it. So I want to again say thank you and have a wonderful rest of your night. And take care, guys.
Have a good night, y'all. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye.